Is it working? Can you see me? Oh, thank you for being here. Mercury in retrograde, messing up all the perfect plans I made. Hello, everybody. I couldn't even get on to stay calm earlier. I apologize to those who were there, but no, I think everything's working now. And I'm here every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years, and we have got a fantastic community because of your kindness. You have been so kind to each other, so kind to me. Thank you. And if you are watching on replay, hello. Don't forget, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a slightly higher speed. And yes, those who are here for the actual live stream, you saw the cover, the original cover that was on this live stream, and I feel very much like the woman in the image. It's supposed to be very dramatic, but on some level she looks like she's going, oh, really, and that's how I'm feeling. But we're going to get through this. Okay. Hello. Okay. On today's episode, there will be a contempt hearing for the El Salvador flights tomorrow. We'll have a look at that. Chief Justice Roberts, he might have found just a tiny bit of a vertebrae, just a bit. We'll have to see. And when I say KKKaroline, as in Karoline Leavitt, that is not something I made up. The people who knew her in high school called her that. So KKKaroline said that France should be grateful to the U.S. that they aren't speaking German. And maybe, here's a thought, maybe here in the United States, we should be grateful that we don't still all have British accents. But anyway, okay, so we're going to jump in. Oh boy. Oh, is it Miss Gibson's birthday? Happy birthday. Exactly, Louis. He has a concept of a vertebrae. Exactly. All right, and I pulled out the old Aquarian tarot for today. Louis says, I'd like a British accent. Well, nobody's stopping you. All right. Okay, so we're starting at 3 minutes, 30 seconds in with Rose Blue's question. Dear great Gussie, the contempt hearing about the El Salvador flights is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. So it'll be starting an hour before I come on here. Half hour before I come on Stay Calm channel, hopefully. Will the attorneys get bench slapped? That's cute. Obviously not really. It's a joke. But here's the thing. Who cares? If the attorneys get yelled at, I mean, what are they really going to do? I am concerned about this because the Supreme Court said that no president can be criminally charged for anything he does while in office. Oh my gosh, did I just drop my tea? Yeah, I did. Hold please. Oh my gosh, really? Where is my tea bag? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to find it later. Okay. Oh boy. Nettie says the girl's marriage is falling apart. So I read on Raw Story, your husband does not agree with her politics. Really? Really? A 60-year-old man who is married to a 28-year-old woman isn't far right? I find that surprising. But anyway, yes, Oxford, spilling the tea. It's what I do around here. Okay. Contempt hearing tomorrow. No, I need to get my energy. I'm not reading on KKKaroline. Contempt hearing about the El Salvador flights tomorrow. Okay, this just jumped out. Okay, we still have a country. We still have a rule of law. I know it seems a little dodgy, but, and for what it's worth, the price of eggs are coming down. Now, the price of coffee is going up, but the price of eggs is coming down. Oh, Lewis. All right, contempt hearing. Wow, so much minor arcana. Queen of Cups, Death card. So, okay, you were told what to do. You didn't do the right thing. King of Swords. This is King of Swords. Knight of Cups. Six of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. All right. What this does feel like is trying to help people who were sent to prison with no due process. It's okay. This is a humanitarian crisis. No one should be sent to prison with no due process. Period. If you want to say, oh, these people were here illegally, really? What court says so? What court of law? Where were they convicted of being here illegally? Yeah, this is a big. This might be minor arcana, but this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. Rhonda says I paid $5.69 a dozen here in Nashville, somewhat cheaper. Okay. Lewis is begging for eggs is no yolk. Okay, I'll stop. We need all the humor we can get. Thank you, Bethe. Thumbs up and subscribing really, really does help. Thank you. Chris Cool, have you ever thought about painting that black card holder a more cheerful color? Oh, really? You know I would have to like buy a bunch of them and paint them different colors. You know that, right? It's hard to tell, but it's really hard to see on camera, but they actually came with a, this was a set of 4 and it had it had the suits on each. And this is the one that had the heart right there. Then it was this one, or I forget, white or something, but it's just a stand. It's just a stand. Hello, Alma. Jay says, I remember when you got the card holder. This, okay, what I'm getting, okay, we know that here in the States, because we are so focused on Felonious 47, we're so focused on him that we're looking at this contempt, potential holding, what, the Justice Department in contempt, the lawyers in contempt, somebody. We're focused on that. But this is a humanitarian nightmare that no one deserves. That's why we have due process in this country. I was not expecting this kind of energy. It's like, it's intense. Oh, but they're poor people. They don't have a lot of money. This is how you used U.S. resources, big judgments against the government, absolute chaos, and humanitarian work. But this might take time. As far as the people who did this being held accountable, I hope so. But oh, thank you, Kathy. Hello. Oh, Rob's brought up Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle. What's up? Who's we're talking about Dumpy, who lives on it. So what are you going to do? What can, honestly, you tell me, what can this judge actually do? Throw the book at a couple of lawyers? Becky says, I'm freaking out that the regime is just ignoring the Constitution. Yeah. There's gnarly, look, there's good astrology coming, but there is some heavy astrology coming over the next couple of years. This summer, 25, 26, 27. Heavy astrology, and I am concerned. Chris Cole says, jail the lawyers. Trump doesn't care. Grace says, put Homan in jail. Please. Him and his jackboots. Grace says, Homan knows it's illegal. Well, yeah. Rose Blue says you can order arrest for contempt. But who gets arrested? Trump won't. Definitely need some tea. Because what I'm getting here, far-right communication, so they're talking their stupid game. Okay, they're burdened. There's the fool. There's adding insult to injury legally. Then there's just confusion and nostalgia. Some people acting the right way. I'm not getting cards here of it's most vexing. And I wish I had something better to say. Grace says we might not be able to do anything with Dumpy, but those beneath him are not immune. Okay? Dorinda says actually jailing the lawyers is one of the things that would help Agent Orange. It would open the gates to him trying to wipe the board. Well, that's true. Kelpie's pretty much stopped buying eggs. I understand. And Paul is suggesting maybe if they jail or disbar the lawyers, it will make other lawyers afraid to do Dump's bidding. James is suggesting that Homan will get arrested. We can look at that. Because Cauldron Hill Craft Works. Yes, hug. Big hug. Let's have a look at, specifically, let's get Homan and his jackboots. Is he going to be in trouble since he is the border czar? And Kelpie says Krasnov would just pardon them anyway. Yes. And by the way, those who aren't familiar with that right off the top of your head, that was apparently Krasnov was the code name the Russians used for Trump as they were turning him to their cause, starting in the 80s. All right, jackboots. Whatever happened, he was threatening to go into Boston and do big roundups and things. And then there are a whole bunch of people from Boston, in Boston, who made YouTube videos and shorts and went on social media and said, what was it? My favorite quote was somebody who was talking normally, but then lapsed into a Boston accent at the end and said something about Homan and, his thugs. They can try, but I think somebody's rear end's going to end up in the harbor. Actually, they said the other word for rear end, going to end up in the harbor. So, and funny, I haven't heard anything since. So, 10 of Swords. Well, he's a vile human being. We know that. Temperance. 5 of Cups. Disappointment. There's the Sun. Oh, hello. Card of white supremacy. Knight of Wands. Yes, isn't he a hard worker for the cause? And sitting pretty. Yeah, I'm not saying him being held accountable. Matter of fact, I just got this feeling like I just got stabbed in the back. It's very strange. I have an itch now because I just feel like, right there. Quit that. Leave me alone. Whew. Okay. Sorry. That was very strange. I'm not getting a whole lot of anything for Homan. So, okay. All right. Well, let's move on because Chief Justice Roberts maybe, he might have found a little bit of a vertebrae. We're not talking whole spines. We're not talking, but tiny little. At 1830, both Gorel and Deb Bartlett were asking about this. Chief Justice Roberts found a tiny little splinter of a spine and pushed back at Trump's wish to impeach Judge Boasberg. How long would that last? So Roberts is now, because Trump doesn't want to be held accountable. And so this judge, he's saying, we'll impeach him, we'll get rid of him, and Roberts is like, no, for now. Oh, Justice Roberts, your grand legacy. The frustrating thing about reading on Roberts is that he doesn't think he's a villain. Like Trump, he's a sadist. He enjoys watching people fight. He enjoys causing chaos. KKKaroline Leavitt is a she's a mean girl. She's a bully. She's got blinders on, like stapled to the sides of her face because she's so narrow-minded. But Roberts, he thinks he's the most fair, reasonable, open-minded. It's like, you gave that much power to another branch of government. You said you were a part of making certain that Dumpy cannot be held accountable for anything he does while in office. He cannot be criminally held accountable. There's nothing fair about you. But he doesn't get that. So I read on him, and it's just, his energy is just doing his job. And oh boy, fruits of labor. Oh yeah, what goes around comes around. Oh my gosh, are those the consequences of your actions I see in the distance? Where? Judgments. Chaos. King of Pentacles, that's him. He's right in the middle. World. Six of Pentacles, charity. There's chaos. He might pass some judgment, but he's always going to give Trump something. Something. Chris School says Roberts ignores what history will write about him. You know, what's funny about that is there was someone who went to see Hamilton back when, before the movie, back when it was really, really hard to get. It went to DC. It was playing in DC, and it was really hard to get a ticket. And there was somebody who was in the row. They were like the row behind Justice Roberts went, but like not just red, like one seat over. So you could kind of see him, like that part of his face, and you get a sense of like his emotions maybe a little bit. And the person who was watching Robert said that the part of Hamilton about legacy and the Supreme Court and, you know, all of this, that he just kind of was staring into the middle distance, like he was thinking about his own legacy. We don't know exactly what he was thinking about, but almost like, you know, what will they say about me in the future? That kind of staring into the middle distance when something's happening there that's directly related to what he does, kind of. And yes, Raymond, Hamilton has been canceled at the Kennedy Center because Dumpy took over. And now Trump is insulting Hamilton. Anyway, the musical. So what I'm getting here is he does care, but these people are so divorced from reality, and he is too. He can be hard-nosed. I definitely pick up on that, but this world card. Tell me more about this world card. I'm not liking that. My gosh, that's a whole lot of major arcana. I pull 5 cards and 3 of them are major arcana. All right. Rose Blue, thank you. Legacy so burnt toast, it's Kingsford charcoal. Yes. Because outside of the U.S., Kingsford is a brand of charcoal that you put on your grill. Yes. Hold on, says they pulled out, not canceled as far as I know. Okay, thank you. What is that world card about? Is Robert's growing his spine? Sherry's asking, why are we talking about Boasberg impeachment and Justice Roberts in the same sentence? Roberts has nothing to do with the judicial impeachment. A judge is impeached, same way a president is. It won't happen. I understand you're saying that. I'm saying that Roberts is pushing back, which is a shock. So I'm trying to get a sense of, is the Supreme Court, is the judicial system, are they finally going to stand up to having just thrown away a huge chunk of their own power? Rose Blue says he grew 3 vertebrae. All right, there's the burden. Far right burden. Oh, he's carrying that far right burden, and he will all through history. Again, Major Arcana. Magician, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. Knight of Wands, but 9 of Cups. All right, there's some pushback there. How resources are being used. And that came up before in the thing about the flights to El Salvador. Times are changing. Big judgment. Far right fighting. But there's quite a bit of precedence. Oh, well, it's not fully stare decisis because even they don't care. They took away women's rights, completely ignoring that. So, all right, that's what I'm getting is there might be a little pushback here and there, but I'm not holding my breath for Roberts to actually be a part of a democratic government with 3 equal parts of equal branches of government. So, okay. All right, so the next question at 27:45 is from Carol. Yeah, this is oh boy. KKKaroline. Leavitt. Yeah, this is about her. Okay, so Carol was kind enough to bring this up. A French politician suggested that the U.S. should return the Statue of Liberty. Dang. Whew. Because it, quote, doesn't mean anything anymore, unquote. Wait, let me look up over my tea. KKKaroline had a swift retort when asked about it. Quote, absolutely not. My advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. Quote, they should be grateful, unquote. As anyone who's coming in late, as I said when I mentioned this on today's episode, the French are the only reason we're not all speaking with a British accent or with British accents. Hello, the French. If the French had not gotten involved in the American Revolution, we would have lost. Oh gosh, the blinders, the willful, and I mean willful ignorance. Oh, thank you, Cha-Cha Brown. Oh, sweetheart. Rose Blue says, wow, she actually remembered a fact. Oh, just the one. Nothing it was related to. boy. Oh, Lewis, honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with blonde or being blonde. No. Matter of fact, I don't know if she is blonde. I don't know if that's real or not. Nothing against hair dye. I mean, but I would like to apologize to the people of France, myself, and the people in the chat here. We did not vote for him. We can't stand him. And it's a beautiful statue. We're very grateful. Ace of Cups. It's funny. It feels like a giant metal thing. There we go. The Statue of Liberty is not coming up as a queen. It's right now. It's just the big metal thing. But also, cups are liberal ideas. Hermits, we are isolating ourselves badly. Ace of Swords. Yeah. I can't understand how this woman is going to stay in this job that long, because I mean, I guess she has no shame, and she is so deep in the cult. She is so deep in the cult. She cannot think logically to save her life. There's Justice right there. Knight of Swords, Nine of Cups. Well, that's referring to the whole champagne thing. Yeah, this is the Sword of Truth on one side of Justice and the Knight of Swords on the other. This is tariffs with France. This is stupidity. They're not literally going to try to take it back. They really aren't. I mean, heck, if nothing else, think of how much it costs to return a book through the mail. Okay, take the Giant. Nettie says, Autumn, you spoke true hate. I'm sorry, what did I say? I apologize if I... Nettie says, you just spoke true facts about how we feel about the felon. Oh, okay, thank you. Giovanna, because she exudes willful ignorance. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Rose Blue, good point. Don't give Dumpy ideas. He might order it scrap for the copper value. Oh man. Oh, please no. Oh boy. Hold on, says Ms. Liberty is in New Jersey territorial waters, by the way. Okay. TJ says, oh, Amazon can pay for it to be shipped. Yes, is that covered in Amazon Prime? Burden. Isolate Hermits. Burden. Seven of Swords. There's a Thief card. Ace of Wands. Big, dumb, stupid, mega action. Oh, yes, but you had the great mega victory. These are the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. And other countries will prosper financially when we are stagnating because of these policies. So, oh no, please don't. Okay, 30. Now I really have to ask. Oh my gosh. 34, 40. Is Felonious 47 going to try to scrap the Statue of Liberty? I hope not. And I'd say, in any other situation, I would say this is a ridiculous question. You don't have to look at that. You don't even have to think about it. Joyce Matthews says Trump would probably want it shipped to Mar-a-Lago. Or try to have it replaced with a statue of him. Are these idiots going to try to mess with the Statue of Liberty? It would not surprise me at all if there was suddenly talk on the right and ideas for what it could be replaced with. Oh, Veronica, I hope you feel better. Catherine Jones says, this is reminding me of Planet of the Apes. I know, right? Oh, boy. The Empress. America, the symbol for America. Yep. Temperance Tower, which isn't necessarily a big destruction, just because she's very tall. She's a big metal tower. Used to be able to go up into the crown. Temperance Tower, nostalgia. Eight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Actually, what I am getting here is not them scrapping it. It is them cutting so much from the federal budget that I wonder if upkeep on that statue is going to suffer. It may be in New Jersey territorial waters, but I would imagine it is that island is some form of national park or something. Rose says used to be able to go into the torch. Yeah. Up into the lamp. Yeah. Thank you. I'm concerned about the upkeep. I mean, a big thing of copper standing just right there at the edge of the ocean. Ugh. So, oh, Veronica, vaxxed 3 times, just sleeping and congested. Oh, I hope you feel better. Lois says the Statue of Liberty is so beautiful. Yes. Yes. And Design Media FX says, yes, it is a park. We love it. But 10 of Swords, ouch. Knight of Wands, 3 of Swords. Worry about the upkeep. Okay, moving on. Sorry, that's not my phone. Okay. Hold on says New York takes the profits for the revenue at Statue of Liberty. It was refurbished a few decades back. I do remember that. But there's all kinds of upkeep. Kind of like the Golden Gate Bridge. Constant upkeep on that thing. All right. So what is the future of KKKaroline? 39.25. Thank you so much for going through the news with me. We need to know what's going on at the same time. Some of this stuff is just mind-blowing. So thank you for going through it with me. And all of us going through it together. Makes it easier. Kelly says it was last refurbished in 1986. Oh, there we go. Hello, Marby. All right, what's the future of KKKaroline? And her blinders. swear. One day she's going to walk out there and be like, you can't sit with us. Carol Langstaff says, being a New Jerseyite, I can honestly see our state forming a quote-unquote militia to save Lady Liberty. There you go. Yeah. So what's her future? For now, nah. Hello, Polly Wanda. It's been a while. Far-right communication. That's her job. Seven of Pentacles. Fruits of labor. Sitting pretty. Page of Swords. You don't go to her for insight. For deep thinking. For insight. For... Yeah. You get really bad talking points and a whole lot of stupidity. There's the Emperor. Dumpy, Knight of Swords. She's there until someone else takes over. And until then, she just uses a bullhorn to push the stupidity of him. So, yeah. Julie Hoffman says the Statue of Liberty was cleaned or something recently. It was paid for through donations, if I recall correctly. There we go. CJ Brooks, Facts and Receipts, says Chief Justice Roberts just pushed back on impeaching a judge. Yes, we were just talking about that. Is there a reason you have got Chief in all caps? I know he's the Chief Justice. I may not have mentioned it, but so I apologize if you feel that was something I missed. Okay. Cosmic Goat Lady. 4225 is the 1798. You're talking about the alien something act. My brain's not filling in that middle. But it is 1798 the trigger to Dumpy's downfall politically. Well, the thing about that is that right now the judiciary branch of government is starting to push back a tiny bit. Speaker Johnson the heretic, he's loving this. He's getting all of this far right-wing stuff done, which makes his Republicans in far right districts, makes them safer. But he doesn't have to, he himself and these other Republicans, they don't have to put their name to it. Muck is taking heat. Trump is taking heat. Johnson's leaning back in his chair, putting his feet up. I mean, so he's not in any hurry to push back against Dumpy. He thinks this is great. And the judiciary is just kind of in. So, and MAGA, until Muck goes far enough with the cuts that it finally impacts MAGA directly, and I mean directly, like, here's a piece of paper from the government with your name on it, with your mother's name on it. Other than that, they're so selfish, they don't care. And I hate to say all that, but it's true. Alien and Sedition Act. Thank you, Goro. Grumble, grumble. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Nah. Page of Pentacles. Republicans aren't really standing up. It has to get much worse first. Far right actions. Knight of Cups. It's people fighting for humanitarian rights, but okay. Five of Swords, adding insult to injury. Queen of Wands, they're on Dumpy's side, and there's the Hermit. There's not much here. So, okie dokie. Sassy Cat is saying maybe Worm Johnson should start getting sweet. Worm Johnson. I like it. Worm Johnson. Nice. Okay, so let's move on to Oma. Sheila the Cancer had a question. So looking forward at 4630, there soon will be a lot of people with nothing left to lose. Those are the most dangerous people. Will they rise up against Felonious 47 and what's left of the government? Actually, Oma said the government, but I'm thinking what's left of the government. All right, so at some point here, do people rise up against the tyranny and stupidity and cruelty and poverty inflicted? Two of Pentacles, if it affects them directly. Five of Cups. As long as the far right tells them that, well, you're being hurt, but the people on the left are being hurt more. They're taking away, we've taken away your food stamps, but we're taking food stamps away from those mooters, those takers, those Democrats who were lazy Democrats gaming the system, which makes these MAGA people go, oh, okay, then I'll find a way. As long as it's this just feels like that supremacy garbage. And the super rich or the rich, as long as they're fine, it's the Democrats. It's people of conscience. It's decent people who will rise up, who will be protesting in the streets. But yeah. Okay. There's a question here about Trump using a helicopter, not Air Force One. The question was, can Trump climb stairs? Has anyone heard anything about that? Because I haven't heard anything like that. So do let me know, please. Okay, so apparently, thank you, Claude, for this. Whoops, 40. There we go. King Charles met with Zelenskyy today. And as of March 18th, Mike Carney knew Canada's prime minister, but not Trump yet. How does the latter take that? With his ego. It's his tiny blown glass ego. Well, overinflated blown glass ego. Yeah, that's the way to put it. Okay. All right. Does anybody remember the brother in Weird Science? But it'll ruin Christmas. That's what it's like reading on Trump. Yes, Lewis, send me your huddle masses yearning to buy gold sneakers. The picture I'm getting in my head is there's like a fake mountaintop. It's very steep. And he's up there. He thinks that this is America. And then there's this really steep, this is not literal, steep mountainish thing. And he's up there. And then Europe is over there. And they're low and beneath. He's special and Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Hermit. He knows he's being snubbed. He knows he's being snubbed. But they're still making noises like he's not being snubbed. And he always... How long have I been reading on this guy? He has the most vile... My opinion is, entertainment only, he has the most vile, violent fantasies. And like a kid who feels like he's been, like a mean kid who feels like he's been snubbed. Oh, well, I'm going to get you. You're going to pay. I'm going to make so much money. I'm going to make you suffer. At least they're making noises, though, that he's not snubbed. But whenever he feels it, that vile thing he believes about and has said over and over about when you get punched, you punch back 10 times harder. What a little... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Lois. And your little dog, too. Oh. Your little dog, too. All right. 50, 30, 10. That was great. Oh, tenacious one. Let's have a look at disability in the UK and in the US. There we go, 5330. I've just watched the UK Parliament plans for disability, Social Security cuts or changes. It doesn't sound as bad as originally reported. Will any ideas there be useful for the disabled claimants in the US? All right, I'm going to pull cards for the UK. And then and obviously they call it something different there, but. UK, US. I'm writing scripts for some shorts for the Color Organization channel. The narrator, who is British, and so last night I was listening to various British voices, and it was like, oh, yeah. Anyway, UK, four of Wands, Nine of Wands, King of Wands. They have a system to help people. It's always it's always been a struggle. King of Wands. They're trying to work it out. I'm not getting disaster here. I'm getting the usual kind of struggle for the UK. Canadian Proud says BBC reporting. Putin agrees to halt strikes on Ukraine energy targets for 30 days, the Kremlin says, after the Trump-Putin call. Right. Thank you for sharing that. For the U.S., trying to help people. Hope. A lot of talk about doing more damage. I'm just glad I'm not seeing a tower death card. See if I get any more information on Social Security, disability payments in the U.S. Mark says, I wouldn't hold my breath on Putin peace talks. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he means it. I'm sure he won't violate that. Don't like this energy. Waiting for their ship to come in. They're still... Dumpy and his ilk are still going after Social Security. Making it harder for people to get help. Burden, but they feel they can do whatever they want. And 5 of Wands causing chaos. I'm so glad I'm not getting again a death card, a tower, anything like that here, but they're not giving up. They're still going to try to be as awful as they can be. So, oh, my stomach hurts. Ugh. So you know what? My stomach actually hurts. I'm going to pull a card for us. Oh man, oh day. But we're in this together. And I cannot thank you enough for going through the news with me. Because going through this alone would just be awful. Oh, cards for us. Anything we should know. Just one card for us. You know, the King of Wands, there was a day, and if you go back years and years ago on my channel, because there are about 2,300 videos on this channel, about 2,300 videos on this channel. I kid you not. And for a long time, the King of Wands was not MAGA. It wasn't. It was just taking, it was just, wands are fire signs. And you can, if you're trying to remember the mnemonic device to remember that, it's the wood that you could set on fire. And in this deck in particular, you get this lovely bird up here. It's not an eagle, but it's eagle-ish. There is something beyond the mess we're in right now. What we're dealing with day to day. It can feel like it's just, we're going to be in this mess forever. But we're not. Now, I don't necessarily go as far as some of the people who are saying, who are just pointing out over and over and over, we are going to outlive him. It's outliving the cult. And there's a day this is going to go back to just being a fireside, active male, or someone who's in charge gender is not really the be-all and end-all in tarot. The gender of the cards. There is coming a day where we are going to be talking about AI. We are going to be talking about such huge changes in the world. And sometimes we have to be reminded of that. So as much as we may feel like we are mired in this, it is going to end. This mess will end. So Dave says this didn't come about overnight. It won't go away overnight. That's true. But just like when Pluto changes signs and we have all these outer planets changing signs and the energy feels different and it feels like we've really moved into another era, another age. That's going to happen in a big way. So don't let them hold you down. No. Are they awful? Yes, we know that. And we speak out about it. And we're very upfront about that. But they can't hold us down. They can't. Sorry. You can't occupy a country of 340 million people. You can't. You can't. So, all right. That's going to do it for me for today. But it's 1:04 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. I am making progress on potentially putting out my first ever newsletter. So I've just got to set up the sign-in thing because the website is gone poof. And so I'm going to do a bare bones thing there, working on the newsletter itself, setting up some templates that I can continue to use. So that's coming soon. I'm working on that this afternoon for a bit. But other than that, I'll be back tomorrow. So, thank you, Cindy. It's on the to-do list. All right. Hang in there, please. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead, and there are days ahead without these people. Seriously. To hang in there. All right. And I'll see you later. All right. Take care.